What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Nevada Preps Preview, a weekly high school sports show where we talk about the biggest matchups in local high school football. I'm Ben Gotz, joined by the brain to my pinky, Justin Emerson. Our first Fall Friday was fun, man, but it was just an appetizer to the main course because we got a lot more teams in action this week.
You know, we've got 11 more Fridays and then playoffs start. You know, we got a little teaser last week. We had 15 games, but a full slate of games this week, including the top teams in Southern Nevada.
Oh yeah, the heavy hitters are definitely coming out to play this week. 4 of the top 5 teams in our initial 4A rankings were inactive last Friday, but now it's time for them to show us what they got. Now let's start with our number 4 team, Faith Lutheran, which is hosting Valor Christian from Colorado at 7 p.m. Friday. This is part 2 of a home and home, as the Crusaders lost 30-21 last year in Colorado. There's a lot to like about this year's Faith Lutheran team, though, Justin. They've got a returning QB, and who could forget, an Arizona State commitment.
That's right. 2019 defensive lineman David Heckert committed to Arizona State this week, and Heckert and the Crusaders will look for a touch of revenge. And this is my pick for the game of the week. I think it's going to be a really good one. Christian McCaffrey's high school got the best of Faith Lutheran in Highlands Ranch last year, but it's going to be 100 degrees on Friday night in Las Vegas. So you can't take that, out of consideration, and this is a different Faith Lutheran team. Their secondary got a major boost with transfers Greg Oliver and Sebastian Burke from California, and it will be incumbent on them to stop Christian's brother Luke, their quarterback, who is committed to Nebraska.
Yeah, well, we just mentioned Arizona State commit in that last game. Speaking of good players committed to our alma maters, Desert Pines is traveling to Durango this week for its first game of the season. Jaguars stepped up in class this year, going from 3A to 4A, but they're still plenty good. In fact, they might have the best running back around this year in Cam Wiley, who is rowing the boat and committed to Coach PJ Fleck and the Minnesota Gophers.
I really didn't intend for this to become an Arizona State and Minnesota show, but here we are. Wiley played at Silverado before transferring and then got that Big Ten commitment out of the way, having not played a high school game in almost 2 years. This will be the Jaguars' debut as a 4A team, and it's against a team that, though they stumbled against Basic last week, still won't be a pushover. Durango gave up only 13 points in its loss on Friday, so its defense was up to the task. Desert Pine's strength is in its monstrous defensive line, so this could end up being a fun one.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been excited to watch DP all year just because of Wiley, but a game I was not expected to be excited for this week was Green Valley at Centennial. I mean, the Gators are coming off a 10-2 season. They returned 8 offensive starters, and we knew they were probably going to be good again. What I did not see coming was this Bulldogs team, which upset Sierra Vista 32-26 week 1 in a game you were at, Justin.
Yeah, and quite honestly, it was one of the better football games I've seen in quite a while. Down 19-0 in the second quarter, Centennial looked like a different team from that point forward. Coach Dustin Forshee said he's trying to instill a different culture around his program, and if he's right, this team could be a pleasant surprise after winning just once last year. Green Valley will be a major test, though, and Centennial can prove a lot on Friday by picking up a W.
All right, now we're getting to our top 2 teams of the preseason, and coming in at number 2 is Liberty. Another great season for the Patriots last year. They had 11 wins, including a 51-20 thumping of Saguaro from Arizona at home. Now they're traveling to Arizona to complete this home and home. So what should we expect, Justin?
Another fun one, I would say. Saguaro is one of the top programs in Arizona and seems to pop out the top college recruit in the state every other year or so. They lost a ton of talent to graduation, but then again, so did Liberty. This will be the first game in the post-Kenyon Oblad era, but the Patriots bring back plenty of Division I talent in other facets of the game, including 3 seniors who are already committed to college. These early games tell us a lot, and a true road game against a strong out-of-state opponent will give us an early glance if Liberty is still the powerhouse we've come to expect them to be. My money's on yes.
So, you got big shoes to fill when it comes to Kenyon Oblad, who's now hucking passes at UNLV.
Yeah, of those 3 kids that are committed to Liberty, 2 of them also to UNLV.
There you go, local pipeline. Well, all right, let's get to number 1. And in a wild upset, it's Bishop Gorman. Gales are opening big this year, though, hosting the number 3 team in the country in Mater Dei from California at 6 p.m. Friday. As you may recall, this is the same Mater Dei that defeated Gorman last year, 35-21, to end the Gales' 55-game win streak. Let me say that again, 55. This time, Gorman is only bringing a 12-game win streak to the table, but this is still a stiff test for the number 11 team in the country.
You know, you come at the king, you best not miss, and Mater Dei didn't last year. The Monarchs ended Gorman's run of 3 national titles in a row, then went ahead and seized the crown for themselves. So needless to say, Gorman's looking for a little payback. We'll see the debut for the Gales of a new quarterback, go-to receiver, tight end, linebacker, edge rusher, so it's a very different team that lost in Santa Ana last year. Whether or not that's a good thing, we'll see. An offshore betting site listed the Gales, for entertainment purposes only, as a 19.5-point home underdog. Modern Day is a machine, but let's not pretend that the Gales aren't one of the best teams in the country. A win would put Gorman firmly back in the hunt for another national championship.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. It'll be interesting to see what happens in all these games. That's going to wrap up Week 2 of Nevada Preps Preview. A reminder that we have stats, schedules, rosters, and more on NevadaPreps.com. And we'll have stories and videos for most of these top games on Friday night. And as always, we'll be going live on Facebook that night to recap all the action. For Justin Emerson, I'm Ben Gotz, and we'll see you on Friday.